Allow me to extend a warm welcome to all the viewers on the internet and around the world. It is sunrise on YouTube, morning on Facebook, noon on Twitter, midday on Threads, afternoon on Twitch, sunset on Instagram, and evening on Rumble. I am your host, the Ancient One, the Bachelor Supreme, the Phantom Menace, he who remains, and the master of the deceptive arts. We are broadcasting live directly from the sanctum of solitude and the citadel at the end of time. Good evening, everyone. I am the Ancient One, the Bachelor Supreme, the Phantom Menace, he who remains, the master of the deceptive arts, and I return to you once again as the unashamed voice of the vasectomites. And today I wanted to talk to you about a little something that I enjoy in secret. It's a fetish of mine. I'm going to admit that. I have a little bit of a fetish as the Phantom Menace, a taste for what you might call forbidden fruit. And that fruit, that fetish, that desire is a lovely, beautiful, reserved, demure, modest, well-kept, committed, married woman. And don't try to guilt me. Don't try to guilt me and say to me, but Ancient One, you're a single man. You're the Bachelor Supreme. Bachelor for life. Why would you date a married woman? Why would you risk the wrath of a married man, his anger, his vitriol, his revenge, his retribution, by marrying, by engaging, flirting with a married woman, not marrying the woman, I misspoke, by even dating and even, yes, sleeping with, being intimate with, smashing, as the young men would say, a married woman. And I have no guilt about this. Oh, I love it. I enjoy it, especially if she's hot. I'm telling you, there's nothing like a gorgeous, hot, fit married woman. You know, the ones that are still fit after the babies. You know, they still got it. You know? Oh, it's just wonderful. And it's not just about how they look, man. It's that whole experience, you know. It's the whole experience that you get with dating a married woman, you know. It's just wonderful. And I know you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, not married women. You're really going there? Oh yes. Oh yes. And I'm telling you, if you want to have an explosive night, a carefree, explosive night. What you want to do is you want to go out in those ladies' nights and you want to stick around and look at those women. You'll see them in the groups. Look for the hot ones with the ring. Look for the hot ones with the ring, or with the tan around the ring, right? So like there's always that little something there that indicates she's married, or one that comes back from like a phone call. You could tell that she just spoke with her man and he's paranoid and whatnot, you know, because he knows what's about to go down. He knows the Phantom Menace is always lurking in the dark. And there are some Phantom Menaces who will tell you, no, me, I stay away from married women, and I don't care what those people say. You know, the ones who say, nah, man, you don't need to date a married woman because there's so many single women out there. Go to hell. Go to hell. I'm not going to listen to you. You have your fetishes. Some of you people like to smell women's armpits and lick their filthy, dirty ears and their toes. You know what I mean? I prefer a lady like a mature-ish woman. Don't get me wrong. I'll absolutely indulge in the younger ladies too, 21 and over. You know what I mean? I'm not taking any of those kinds of risks. I don't care how wonderful she is, right? They all turn 21, my friend. They all turn 21. But as for the married women, I'm telling you, man, there's just something inside of me. It doesn't go well, not for all of them, not for all of them. Some of them are, out of shape, and I'm not gonna, put myself out there for somebody that's out of shape like that. Not when I'm running 10Ks a day. But I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, if you think that I'm gonna like change and deject and be guilted away from my desires. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like single women too, but I'm telling you, man, there is like that experience with a married woman. Everyone is gonna tell you there is a wildness in married women, especially women that have been married for like over 5 years. There's a wildness that comes out of them when especially when they don't know you like that, but still they're curious enough to come over at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch Netflix, right? Or whatever it is that you people are watching or pretending to be watching. And let me tell you something. For you people that are wondering if this is a lack of morality or anything like that, I'm not that kind of person. I have morals, I have values, just not the same as yours. But what I will not be is be guilted by somebody like you. I will not be guilted by somebody like you. And don't think I don't know who you are. I know exactly who you are, and I'm going to describe you to a T, even if I've never met you in person. You are part of the 90% whose money and wealth is being controlled by just 1% of the population. You got no savings, you are drowning in debt, and your responsibilities are far larger than any assets that you have. Your responsibilities and liabilities outweigh any progress you've ever made in your life, especially finances. Especially when it comes to your finances, you're a failure. You failed at almost every endeavor that you've ever embarked on. This includes starting a business. This includes being a famous person. This includes getting an education. This includes choosing the right partner to procreate with and get married. You not only failed at those things, you got all those things completely wrong. And then you ended up bankrupt and in debt anyway. You have made every mistake known to mankind, including eating unhealthy food, gaining weight, substance abuse, alcoholism, infidelity. You have had intimacies transmitted diseases, right? You are tattooed in all the wrong places. You're unhealthy, you're uncared for, all your relationships have failed, and yet here you are judging me for what I want when you have no area of success with which we can demonstrate you as being a productive human being. No area of success. All the markers of success that we have for human beings, you tick none of them. And all the markers of failure, you tick all of them. Tell me if I've missed anything so far. You have literally made every mistake ever known to mankind. You have ignored every piece of good, solid, and sound advice that you have ever been given by anyone who has ever cared for you. You have disappointed every single person that has ever believed in you, that has ever given you a chance, and that has ever invested anything in you. This includes time, this includes skill, this includes knowledge, this includes wisdom, resources, any kind of thing. Any kind of thing that people have put into you has not resulted in any profitable outcome. And this is absolutely true. You always have someone to blame for your failures. Even though the person that you're blaming, you haven't seen that person in years. Some of you are adults in your 30s and 40s and 50s, and you still blame your high school teachers for all your failures. You are now, some of you, older than what your high school teachers were when they assessed you as being incompetent. And they were right because you're in your 40s now, older than the teachers, and still blaming somebody who was younger than you at the time for all of your failures. This only proves them right. It proves them absolutely right. You have abandoned, not only have you failed at every goal, you have abandoned every goal you have ever had. And you abandoned it as soon as it became challenging, as soon as you had to work more than the bare minimum, as soon as you had to exert any type of energy, you found that as a reason to quit and never try it again. Your life is a long list of things of what not to do. Have you ever seen these people who they come up on the internet, and there are millions of them, and they'll tell you that their only reason for being here is to demonstrate their failures. They are saying to you, don't do what I did back then. Do what I'm doing now, especially the Bachelor 2.0, He Who Returns, right? These are men who went into marriages, and at the time, if you had told them, like I've told thousands of men, at the point where they said, I'm thinking of getting married, and immediately at that moment, you tell them, don't do it. And then you start going through the list of reasons why they shouldn't do it. They'll eliminate you on the spot. If you tell a man who is about to get married to not get married to his beloved, he'll finish you. He'll end you right then and there. He'll accuse you of all kinds of things, right? All kinds of things. You don't believe in love. You're a hater. Why don't you support me? What's wrong with all these people? People are all miserable. They're jealous of us. They don't have a love like ours. Blah, 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 blah. 10 years later, you're divorced. There you are telling everybody what not to do. And your claim to fame is failure. You wrote a book of failure. You made a movie of failure. You recorded an album of failure, a documentary of failure. There are documentaries about how men get destroyed in divorce court. Just imagine. And they put out those documentaries to say, well, I now know what success looks like, and it doesn't look like me. Don't do what I did. Whereas the Bachelor Supreme, the ancient one, he comes out and says, hey, do as I did. Here are the steps that I took to avoid getting married, getting divorced, child support, alimony, lawyer fees, and I avoided all of that. I don't come here and say, look at my failures as an example of how not to live your life. I'm saying this is how to do it the right way. Freeze your sperm, get a vasectomy. Not level up, get better, improve yourself. None of that is going to work. None of that is going to work. There are people in this world who are selling you failure. And they are telling you that my failures are a roadmap to success. They have an entire book telling you, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, I did that wrong, I did this wrong, I did this wrong. Use my method. Absolutely not. You want me to use your life experience, an entire life of catastrophic failures, and then base my success on that? You're insane, man. You are out of your mind. How do you get the confidence to stand in front of people, demonstrate all your failures, and say, I'm the man? Listen to me. Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. You know what the worst part of this? The worst part of all of this is that you are demonstrating that you don't even keep the promises that you make to yourself. Not only have you disappointed everybody that believed in you, your wife, your kids, your in-laws, the church, God to whom you made a promise to, you broke, and then you said that you were going to make this marriage work no matter what. Less than a decade later, you can't stand the person you're married to. And then you want to come here and judge me for my fetish? I'm not taking no nonsense from you. People can go to hell. You people can go to hell. You don't even keep the promises you made to yourself. You said you were going to be married for life. You didn't even make double digits. You're not qualified to judge me, nor are you elevated enough. Even as a Bachelor 2.0, you will never rise above the original article. You are not elevated enough to look down on me. I am the supreme bachelor. Always have been, always will be. Never left the post, never deterred, never wondered what if, never thought, maybe I can make this work. Hey, maybe I should be somebody's father. 3, 4 kids later, you realize, man, I can't cope with this. And then you're the person who's gonna judge me? You're a failure. And all you do is sell failure. And if it wasn't for the failure, you would have no story to tell. These are the people who want to come here and judge you. I'm not here to listen to you knee benders benderize about your self-righteousness. I'm not here to listen to not a single knee bender. Even if you unbend that knee and return to your senses and said, Bachelor for life, you bent the knee. You bent the knee. You decided to bend the knee. And then now you're coming to tell everybody, oh, don't bend the knee. Really, really, genius, genius. No, I'm not here to listen to you people. I'm here to take your marriage and unopen that Pandora's box and just leave it open. I'm here to unlock Pandora's box, and if things happen to just so fly out of Pandora's box, then so be it. What's it to me? I froze my sperm and got a vasectomy. I don't care. I don't care what comes out of this Pandora's box. It doesn't bother me not one single moment what the consequences of my fetishes are to your life. I can assure you that. Right? What we are here to do and what we are going to do is delineate through our discussion. And I assure you, it won't make a single difference to me what a knee bender thinks about the sanctity of marriage. But perhaps we can have a nuanced conversation, you and I, about how and why I never side with these married men. I never side with these fathers, and I will never side with these knee benders. And why I not only have no guilt about dating married women, you wonderful, luscious creatures, you. You tickle my soul, I'm telling you. You tickle my soul. You know, I feel no guilt about dating married women. I feel absolutely no guilt about dating married. There are times, in fact, when I actually prefer a married woman over a single one for the many advantages that they offer. For one, all their bills are paid. You know what I mean? And if they have debt, it's all in what's his name's knee bender, Bob the Bender. I don't know what you people call yourself. You know, Bob the Bender, Bill the Bender, you know. All this Bender does is pay her bills. So she's got financial freedom. She's free. She can spend some money. She might even spend some money on you. Take that Bender's money and spend it on you. They are very well kept women, I have to admit. You know, and don't get me started on the fit ones, the healthy ones. You know, the ones with the abs. You know, they still got the abs. You know, she's like older, you know, face is a little bit more mature. Okay, but you got those abs going. We see you, ladies. Ladies, the ones in the gym, we see you. We see. We don't always say hi, you know, but we go look. We gonna look, right? Even the older ones I'm talking about, you know, they know what they want when it comes to intimacy. They've learned their bodies, you know, and they want to explore. So the limitations that you might have with younger counterparts who still want you to view them in a particular way, those limitations are out. You see, with married women, especially the hot fit ones, ladies, get back in the gym, man. Ladies, get back in the gym. You still got potential. Don't let these people tell you about this wall. I mean, don't get me wrong, the wall is very real. The wall is very real, you know. But we can work around it. We could work around it, you know, and I wouldn't be the first one, you know. What what you really get from a married woman is she wants to be, I'm going to use the word very delicately, she wants to be penalized. Penalized, vasectomized is the word that I'm really wanting to be. She wants to be thoroughly vasectomized. And I, for one, am inclined to oblige every single time. You know, they have this natural hunger, that this desire that comes from being deprived of excitement. You know, they get stuck in a routine, man, where everything is predictable. They know what's going to happen. Until, of course, they meet a vasectomite. They don't know it's a vasectomite. They think you're something else. Then they think something else might happen, but it doesn't happen. Then they start to wonder, right? That now they're in a mystery, a conundrum. They crave variety, which they don't get. They are bored, man. They are bored from being satisfied. They are bored from you telling her every day, I pay the bills and I pay the bills. Ah, she knows what you're going to say next. Let me guess. You pay the bills? We already know what you're going to say, man. It's boring. But what that does is it creates this, it's not a attention, man. It's like a desperation, like a thirst, you know, but you're not thirsty for thirst. You just thirsty for a big gulp of something. You wanna gulp something down for your own satisfaction. You know what I mean? You know, like when you've eaten and you're still full, but you still want another bite because it's so good. That's married women. Married women are that extra bite right at the end of a delicious meal, you know, and they have that little bit of a desperateness, right? It's called, they want to know if they still got it, and they really do, right? but but they want to pass the test. You ever seen like when we're doing like corporate reviews, like you know, and we're doing like your performance reviews, right? And the person walks into the office and they've been killing it, you know, but they want to know, they want to hear you say the words, amen, you killed it this quarter. Your numbers are through the roof. You didn't break no records, but you keep moving like this, there's no reason why you can't start breaking sales records and bringing in that money, not for yourself, for the company, but also that kind of commission that you like. We know you like that commission. And that's what married women are. You know, they are that, they want that confirmation and the commission, right? So they're getting the commission. They see the numbers, man. The commission is moving. But then you tell them, hey, knee bender, you did a good job this term. You did a good job this quarter. You did a good job this semester, right? You did a good job in these last 3 months. You know, and corporate noticed. corporate notice, and it will be reflected in not only your compensation but also your annual bonus. You know, words like that, that's what it means for a married woman to get vasectomized, right? To get taken on that whole thing. And you know me, I'm a mature vasectomite. So I'm taking her out on dates and all kinds of things. I'm going to do all that. I'll do all that. It's no problem for me. What's it to me? It's just a piece of chicken and some veg and a glass of wine. You know? Married women are like a caged cougar, desperate to be released. And I, for one, am holding the key, and I promise you, I'm opening that cage door. I'm opening that cage door wild. And I will let that pent up, bottled up, buttoned up wildness, that savagery, I'm going to let it all out. And I'm going to let it run free and run rampant. And I will indulge, I assure you, in every single sweaty moment. It's like when I'm with a married woman, it's not like gymnastics. Gymnastics is not like that. It's like, have you ever watched equestrian horse jumping? I'd like you to take a moment and watch equestrian horse jumping. It's like the commentary sounds a lot like watching golf, right? But then there's this action that's happening, and the commentary doesn't match the action, but it matches the type of society where equestrian is in, right? But you can tell there's a moment where the commentary is they just want to raise it up a notch because of the excitement that's happening. It's a two-person show, and what they do is they come rushing in, which is really what intimacy is like. And they go from one obstacle and then jump to another obstacle and then turn around and then back to another obstacle and then loop over and jump over another obstacle. And then, but each obstacle, the one is a little bit higher, the one is a little bit lower, the one has 2 bars and so on. And you watch this, and I think to myself, man, this looks very familiar. This looks very, very familiar, right? I love everything about married women. Hot, sexy, beautiful, well-kept married women. They have all the best goods. You know, and perhaps I can explain why I have such a liberated point of view about fraternizing with married women. And it's very simple. It's all because of married men. You see, married men, for me, are a tremendous problem. They are these knee benders. I can't stand them. I cannot stand them for a single moment. Let's be clear about something. There is not a single married man in the world. Just think about this before you start defending the sanctity of marriage, and you will know that what I'm going to say is 100% true. And this fact alone that I'm going to make, this declaration that I'm going to make right now, is going to make you realize that this whole situation with married men and women is not right. At least in terms of who's dating who, who's being with who, who's being intimate with who. There is not a single married man, I don't care how old he is or how long he's been married, who would not sleep with your girlfriend. You who's listening to this video, look at your girlfriend right now sitting next to you. Every single married man, from your pastor, from your teacher to your father, would sleep with your girlfriend right now. And they would do it, and they would act like absolutely nothing happened in front of you. And you know I'm 100% right. When it comes to your girlfriend, you don't trust your brother, you don't trust your uncle, you don't trust your father, you don't trust your teacher, you don't trust a married man, because you know. And if you think, well, married men don't do that, yes, they do. In every single woman's phone, you will find at least two inappropriate correspondences with a married man, or a man that was previously married, or a man who's divorced, a man with kids, a man who's on his way to divorce, a man who's separated, somehow a man with a woman committed, either legally or biologically, will be with your woman. Today, your girlfriend texts him, "What are you doing?" He's gonna say absolutely nothing, knowing full well he's sitting at home with his wife and his kids. And you know I'm right. You know I'm right. Married men are the largest consumers and seducers of unmarried women anywhere in the romance wars and in the relationship market. And you know I'm right. Young men too, unmarried men too, but unmarried men are at an equal level of participation with married men. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. There are young men complaining that they have to compete with men, with helicopters, with boats, with sports cars, and they just don't get it because they know those guys are married. They know those guys are married, and they're like, "Well, why are you chasing after my girl?" Right? You're married. But we can't chase after your wife. You can come out here chase after every single woman. Don't get it wrong. Married men will sleep with married women. No problem. No problem. And they'll sleep with unmarried women, and they'll sleep with your girl. All the while claiming to have to be functioning around the sanctity of marriage. And I'm sick of it. Why can you go date whoever you want, but I can't date whoever I want? Man, your wife is banging. She's fine. She is fine, fine. Now I gotta use slang to bring this point across. Your wife is a gorgeous, beautiful woman, and she smells amazing. You know, these girls out here on the street, they can smell tart. They can smell tart, man. But you can tell, like married women, man, especially the ones that they got maids, they're not wearing those 5-day pajamas, man. They clean that out 2-3 days, they get those pajamas washed. Hair maintained, nails done, not long but not short, just right. You know, they got the latest phone. Oh, and you know what I like? That little baby mama vehicle, not the station wagon, man. You know, they used to have those baby mama Benzes, right? They used to have this Benz where the baby mamas would drive around, drop the kids, and then she comes out and she still got it. Oh, delightful, man. Why can you go enjoy other women, but we can't enjoy this woman, this gorgeous, beautiful woman here? Why must we restrict ourselves for you? Who the hell do you think you are? You married men can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Let me tell you something. The largest users and subscribers of only plans, I said only plans, in the world are married men. Statistically, like over 50%. Married and divorced. No, it's like 60 something percent, right? But it's something like, no. It's 65% is going to be married men. The rest is women and single men. The combination of all the women, married women, unmarried women, and all the single men of various ages. Married men dwarf them. This is $1 billion platform, like $10 billion or something, all funded with the money of married men. Don't come tell me these people are moral. These people, they are spending billions. This is their retire money. The largest consumers of solicitation and pay for play is married men. In fact, pay for play was created for married men. These are the people who are going to come here and judge us for wanting to be with your wife. You out there doing pay for play, man. Often and regularly. You got girls on the payroll. And don't get it twisted. This married man will put your girl on the payroll. He will put your girlfriend in his budget. You're wondering, Where does my girl keep going? Why she keep disappearing? Every time I'm calling her, I gotta talk to her mom first. You know? What's going on? She's with a married man. And all the while, you should be with his wife. In almost every area of debauchery, depravity, indecency, and immorality, as well as filth, that a human being can engage in. Throughout history, you will find a group of married men huddled around enjoying themselves, all with a long list of conquests, women that are or were dating somebody. They'll sit there and brag about how, oh man, I was with this girl and her boyfriend called. Married man. Nah, nah. You should be with his wife. You should be with teaching him the lesson. You married men are out of your goddamn minds. Thinking you can come out here, do whatever you want, but we can't do nothing back to you. No. You're dealing with the ancient one. Now, I don't play your games. I don't play anyone's games. For me, wide open. The whole field is wide open. Married men can date single women. Single men can date married women. Let's go. And you married men gonna come out here and threaten people, you are gonna get yourselves beat. You haven't been to the gym in years. You haven't done anything but lift papers. You're gonna come out here and deal with a bachelor who's killing it in the gym every day. You're going to get crushed. These married men hide behind the sanctity, the virtue, the morality, and principle of marriage. Talking about the sacrifice, the commitment, the investment that they made, and how they put in more into their marriage, as if that gives them a right to date somebody else's girlfriend. Just because you invested in a marriage, you think that you have the right to date somebody else's girlfriend. As if boyfriends aren't investing in their own relationships. As if boyfriends aren't planning a future with a woman that was used up, misled, and then discarded by a married man. You ask women, what are you healing from? They're not healing from single guys, because single guys are single guys. They are healing from the consequences of married men. They cannot discuss that because then they have to admit that I was with a married man. Then these same married men, these foolish incompetents, which I cannot tolerate for a single moment, they will turn around and use biology as their excuse, as if single men don't have the same biology. They will say, men are naturally polygamous. We naturally desire to be with multiple partners, as if we don't. You think we don't desire you? I just broke it down as to how scrumptious, how delicious looking, how good she smells, man. You ever man, you ever like there's that smell that married women have. And it's not perfume, it's not soap, man. It's like they're clean from the inside. They're clean from the inside and they just radiate those kinds of hormones. But then you're gonna say, oh man, married man, it's biological. We desire a man. It's biological for me. I desire your wife. I desire her biologically. And if you can indulge your biological impulses, then I think I should be able to. And I'm not gonna ask married men to stop cheating and stop doing those things. I don't care what you do. I just want your wife. Do whatever the hell you want. What do I care, man? Look how good your wife looks, man. You've done a great job paying those bills. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You know, what these men are is that they're hypocrites. They want what they want without having to face consequences for anything. And what really gets to me, what's worse than doing all this is when they brag about it. When they brag about sleeping with some young man's girlfriend, some bachelor's girlfriend. And I look at them and I think, you know what? I should be banging out your wife. I should be vasectomizing your wife because you're not doing it. These men, they'll also say something like, oh, I'm in an intimacy-less relationship. Me and my wife having been intimate in 2 years. That's another reason why married women are so great, by the way. She hasn't got it really got it in years. You know what I mean? And she's gonna meet a vasectomy. I'm running 10Ks. My heart rate is low even when I'm at a high pace. I'm fit. Man, I'm gonna be putting her through the gauntlet. It's gonna be equestrian horse jumping up and down and back and forth. First leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, round after round, round robin, here we go. I'm telling you the truth. I'm just being honest. You can tell in my voice, I'm not holding back. For me, this is the final lap of guilt, the final leap or final area of guilt. If there's one thing that I felt guilty about is being with a married woman. Oh, but it's good guilt, man. You feel, that forbidden fruit. Oh, I shouldn't, but then you have it and it's so good. Married men are going to be so upset at me right now, and I don't care. You keep dating single women. You got a single woman in your phone right now. You got a single woman in your phone right now. Don't come here tell me or stay away from my wife. Shut the hell up. No one's gonna. I'm not even gonna ask you to stop dating that single woman. Go date your single woman. Look at your wife, man. Fit as a fiddle. Out there playing tennis. Out there playing tennis in the sun. And there I am, sitting under the tree in the shade, reading the Art of War. Reading the Art of War. Sun Tzu telling me, if I see an advantage, proceed. If you don't, stay where you are, the Grand Master says. And when it comes to married women, I see nothing but advantages. All good, head to toe. Head to toe. All because you're paying them bills. But these guys will stand there and brag about it. They will admit that they targeted young women, seduced them, manipulated them financially, used them up, lied to them, used manipulation to hide the truth, to keep them lured in, telling them things that they want, and then send them back to you like a broken toy, while hiding behind anonymity and deception and moral principle. But we have to all say, oh, we respect your marriage, we value your commitment. No, we don't. We don't. Not at all. You don't respect your own commitment. You don't respect your own marriage. You're cheating on your wife. You stood in front of God and said, God, it's me and this woman forever. And now you've got a 22-year-old in your phone. Where's God, man? Where's God? Where was God when you were cheating on your wife? When was God when you sent that girl back in the Uber? Where was God? But now we have to consider God when your wife is driving around in that baby mama Benz, and you got it written there. You got the license plate and everything. Knee bender 1, knee bender 2, and you think that I'm gonna like shy away. Oh, she's got a wedding ring. Let's stay away. Hell no, I'm looking for the wedding ring. I'm like, where's the one with the wedding ring? There are women, they'll lie about being married and I'll be disappointed. Like, oh man, I really hoped you were married. You look like the type, like married women, they got that good stuff going on. And then she'll say, yeah, I am married. And I'll be like, can I see your ring? When they pull out the ring and they show you, because they know you don't care about her husband, not one single second. Everybody else does, but not the ancient one. And I promise you, my knee-bending friend, we will talk about you every single day. The thing that will keep us bonded is our common hatred of you. It's going to turn us on. It's going to keep us motivated. And when we should be finished, we're going to push on just a little bit longer. because we know you're doing the same thing. These knee benders are doing the same thing. I'm telling you, knee benders are banging out single women all over the world while they're still married, all the while telling us single men to stay the hell away from their wife, threatening us with violence. Me, I'm not scared of a single knee bender. There is nothing a knee bender can do to me that I can't do to them back. There's nothing that you can do to me, you knee bender, that I can't do to you back. But more than that, you cannot come tell me to stay away from a woman that is obviously attracted to me and I'm obviously attracted to her just because you don't want me to have that attraction. What, you paid a bill, now I can't have attraction? Hey, go back to your girlfriend. Go back to your 21-year-old girlfriend. Go back to your 21-year-old girlfriend and go talk about TikTok. Go do a TikTok dance with your 21-year-old girlfriend. We'll see how long that lasts for. Me, I'm going after these wives for every reason, every good reason. Man, these women, they got a hunger inside of them. They got a hunger inside of them, man. I really can't explain it to you. You just have to go out and experience it for yourself. And don't worry about the husband. Don't worry about the husband. He's not getting it anyway. You know what I mean? It's been 2 years since he got it, and he's scared to do anything because he knows he's gonna get divorced. You know, it's got nothing to do with you. But let these knee benders find out, you know, that you offered his wife a compliment. You offered her a simple, nice out with a cheap bottle of wine, then took her around the merry-go-round in the equestrian races. Then they want to use violence. But you say to them, let me see your phone, man. Let me see who you've been texting, who you've been calling. No, don't look at my phone. But you want to use violence on me? I'm telling you, my friend, I will whip you in front of your wife and your children. I'm not being violent. I'm telling you that it's self-defense. And then I'll call the police because you're trespassing and you threaten me. But don't think for a single moment that I'm going to be standing there taking a guilt beating just because I know that I did something that I wanted to do that you didn't want me to do. The only people that don't want us to be intimate with your wife is you. You knee benders. The rest of us, man, we want your wife. Man, we really want your wife. Like, I've been talking about intimacy in terms of, I'm not really interested. What I'm really not interested are these single women who don't smell like that. They always smell like, they were with smokers. They always smell like they weren't smoking themselves, but they smell like they were around smokers. Married women smell like thyme, spices and puree. I can't describe it, man. There's something happening in that married home that changes the whole dynamic. Whatever you knee benders are doing, you're making these women hotter and hotter. And some of us, we can't resist. We really can't resist, And when you are with their wife, all that bravado goes away. That bravado that he had, that machismo, that alpha masculinity that he had when he was hitting on your girlfriend goes all the way out the window as soon as you start flirting with his wife. You flirt with his wife, then suddenly his girlfriend means nothing to him anymore. But 2 seconds ago, she meant the whole world. And let it be your girlfriend. Let him find out that, okay, you were sleeping with my girlfriend and now I'm with your wife. He's not going to see that as the same type of betrayal. And the only difference is that he's not going to see it as the same type of betrayal is because he believes that he spent more money on his wife than what you spent on your girlfriend. And that makes it right. That he should have whatever he wants, but you can't have whatever you want. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. If all married men, which I know they won't do, if you got married and then you were moved to an exotic island where it was just you and your wife for the rest of your life and you had no option to cheat, okay. But if you took all the married people, put them on an island together away from single people, all they would do is start cheating with each other. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I say, if married men can target single women, why can't single men target married women? Why can't single men just go for the woman because she looks good? Why can I know? Why can you say that you want my girl, but I can't say that I want your wife when I really do? When I really absolutely do. And and let you, my knee bending friend, feel the consequences of today's edification, right? Which is the 7 long term psychological effects of infidelity. And then they want to talk about how to cope about it. Well, we won't be talking about the coping section of this article. It is an excerpt, and I'm really happy with the excerpts, just taking the information that I need. I'm much more enjoying it than just reading things that I don't really care about. But this article, the 7 long-term psychological effects of infidelity and how to cope, by Karen Winslow. It was reviewed by Maggie Martinez. I believe that's Dr. Maggie, but I'm not 100% sure. It was published on the 7th of January, earlier in 2025. It comes from the website www.marriage.com, and of course there is the link to the entire full article if you would like to read it. There are 2 parts of this article, and I may still do the second part of it for my own edification. The first part of it really just lists out what the long-term effects of infidelity are. And this is really what I want you to know, that this is what married men will induce in you until you induce it in them. This is why we're reading it, so you know what it is exactly that they're taking from you and what you can take from them too. But I'm telling you, think about the fact that your girl right now could be dating a married man, while you are depriving yourself of the joy, the absolute joy of being with a married woman who, quite frankly, hasn't been touched in years. You're going to date some 25-year-old girl, some 25-year-old woman who, unless she's married, oh man, you don't know what's going on. But these married women, oh man, they'll tell you they're not getting nothing. So you go in there, oh man, Charlie in the chocolate factory. Charlie in the chocolate factory. We're going to start at the part. Again, of course, you feel free to go read the full article. I'm not killing myself reading people's introductions. Some of them are so useful, but some of them really just don't go anywhere. I read a few of these and I was like, man, I'm not reading this. There's no need to make a show out of this. You know what I mean? A whole presentation over you laying out your argument and then not even circling back to complete it. And then repeating information that you're going to be repeating anyway. But the second part of it is very different. It just doesn't have anything to do with what we're discussing. But I did keep it because I know I'm going to use that kind of information. It's just the kind of information you can't ignore. But we have to prioritize what we are doing. And since I'll be here tomorrow anyway, I might as well do that. But I probably won't. There's other things that I'm interested in. Other than married women. I mean, don't get me wrong, you ladies are scrumptious, finger licking good. But yeah, not every day. Infidelity can leave enduring emotional scars on individuals and relationships, and I hope it does for you knee benders. Beyond initial heartbreak and long-term psychological effects of infidelity, the long-term psychological effects of infidelity can include persistent feelings of insecurity, reduced self-worth, and difficulty trusting others. Now, when you find out that your girlfriend is having an affair behind your back, the girl that you were planning to build a future with a married man, and you go through this, just know that that guy is bragging about it. He's got a wife at home that is to die for. and he's bragging about your girlfriend. You have every right to pursue that woman, man. Not to pursue her for revenge, but to pursue her because she is divine. Now that will upset him. Like, it's one thing he's cheating on you, then you say, you know what, let me find out about his wife. And you get to know her as a person and you like her as a person. That's even better. Because some of these married women are really good people. They've been through a lot, but some haven't been through that much. And some of their past is in the distant past. By the way, I mean she's already married, so I mean you're not actually building anything. You're just enjoying each other's company, you know? Better than sitting here going through all these emotions while this guy, this married man who committed himself is out here doing whatever the hell he wants. Listen, man, you're dealing with a narcissist when you're talking to the ancient one. There is no way I'm gonna ever let your morals and your values and put those things above me. Take your morals and values and put those things above me and say, you know what? He's in an intimacy-less relationship. He pays a lot. He does all the bills. He does all the good things. His wife doesn't want to be intimate with him. And he just happened to bump into my girlfriend and cheat behind my back. You out of your mind? You think I'm going to tolerate that? Brother, it will be me, you, and your wife for the rest of your life. And I won't even be playing that stepdaddy nonsense. And as soon as you find out, you know how husbands, they can find out and then accept it. As soon as you say, well, maybe I can accept it, then I leave. I'm not sticking around for your approval means nothing to me. Nothing to me. The breach of trust can lead to challenges in forming and maintaining healthy connections, affecting future relationships. Yeah. Now, because of this married guy who made a stupid commitment, now I can't trust nobody. You ruined relationships for me, and I'm going to ruin marriage for you. Ongoing emotional distress, such as anxiety, depression, and even post traumatic stress, may result from betrayal. He put these emotions on you, post-traumatic stress. You gotta put that back on him. You gotta put that back on him. You can be the phantom menace, as well as have a phantom menace in your life. You can play both parts very well. You can play both parts very well. But this guy is putting you under post-traumatic stress for absolutely nothing, because he's struggling to live up to the commitment that he made. You are the one who said you wanted to get married, and now you are in an intimacy-less relationship, and it is somebody else's business to fix that? No. Go back there and suffer. You chose the suffering. You did it to yourself. You come out here dating. If married men are still dating, there's no reason why married women can't. If you're going to be dating women that I'm supposed to be dating, but I can't date women that you are supposed to be dating, that's nonsense. That is nonsense. I'm telling every single married man in the world, he can go to hell. Absolutely. I don't care. You are all dating single women while you're married. Explain to me why you can do that, but we can't date your wife. Some of these single women have kids. Don't say she's got kids. Some of these single women have kids. You're still dating them. Nah, man, it's a free market. It should be free for all. These effects highlight the complexity of navigating the aftermath of infidelity and the importance of seeking support to heal and rebuild emotional well-being. Nothing heals emotional well-being and betrayal like revenge, personally, in my personal opinion. Some people think talking helps. Okay, good luck with that. If the talking doesn't help, try revenge. Try revenge. It might work for you. Work for me. Look at me. I'm doing all right. Number one is trust issues. Of course, as a master of the deceptive arts, I suggest you just don't trust nobody. Don't trust the wife. Don't trust the husband. Don't trust nobody. And don't trust anyone if you're keeping it a secret. If you're doing it out in the open and the husband says, well, I'll be okay with it, dump her. Dump her immediately. Hey, you don't call the shots here. You're not here to make decisions. I'm here because I want to be here. And as soon as you say, well, I can accept this, I don't care what you accept. Nah, man, take your wife back. Take your wife back. I'll find another one. Being cheated on can make it really hard to trust anyone again. Just don't trust people to begin with. That way you don't have to, go through the switch. Trust you, I don't trust you. Just be consistent, man. Be consistent. This isn't just limited to romantic partners. You might find yourself questioning the honesty of friends and family too. Don't trust your friends or your family. It's like finding out. Look, let me tell you something also, by the way. Your father, he'll smash your girlfriend. Your uncle, he'll take your girlfriend down. Your grandfather, he'll do it. Your brother will do it, right? Everyone. You found that woman attractive, that means she's attractive. That means other people are going to find her attractive too. So you think you can trust your family with your girl? Man, you're going to find out that your father's all kinds of twisted. The problem is you can't pay your father back, right? All you can do is just cut him out of your life and don't talk to him again. But these things happen. Just these things happen, bro. You know, what can you do? Can't trust family either. If you think you can trust family members, I want you to know you're making a terrible mistake. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before that reality flips in its head. And if you go shaking that family secret tree a little bit too much, something is gonna fall out that you're gonna find out doesn't work for you. Eventually, what you're gonna want to do is to build your own life, stand on your own feet, and control your own money. That way, you don't need nobody. It's like the foundation of your relationship has been shaken, leaving you unsure of who to rely on. You want to put this on that other person. Yes, you'll feel it too, right? You've been betrayed. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who you can trust. You don't know if you should be trusting anyone. The answer is no, right? But what you want to do is you want to put that mistrust back on the other person, right? And this may take time. This may take time. It might take years, man. It might take years to get your revenge back. And I've got nothing but time. I'm a very patient person. I would happily wait 21 years just to be intimate with your daughter for the foolishness that you did 21 years ago. You just plant a seed and watch the tree grow. What else are you going to do? The tree will grow and grow, you know. But you really want, and then what you want is something to the effect like where the child knows that, oh, this is my father's enemy. My father hates this guy hates my father, but I don't know why. But he likes me, right? Right? Now what you gonna do about that? What is your plan for your enemies taking your children out on a date? What are you gonna do? Prevent him from charming her, buying her gifts? She's gonna stop receiving gifts from him just to not receive gifts from you? Man, you married men should really, really pick better competition instead of picking bachelors. Because the only reason bachelors haven't gone out for these married women the way that they should is because they don't believe in their heart that married men are actually out there dating married women. I beg your pardon, unmarried women. Single men don't get that. When they think of married men, they think of their parents. My father was a married man. This is what they see. They don't think of random guys who just get married and screw up their lives and then go cheating, which is what I think of. I don't see some grand old man sitting on a single seater smoking a pipe, reading a newspaper while enjoying the laughter of children lying around him. I see a lying, two-faced, untrustworthy, backstabbing snake. And I think your wife is hot. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. Low self esteem is the next one. Cheating can make you feel like you're not good enough, like something is lacking in you. You might question your looks, your personality, or wonder if you did something wrong to cause the betrayal. It's important to remember that your worth is not defined by someone else's actions. older men are paying young women for intimacy. Not maybe not through money directly, but through gifts and other means, experiences and so forth. Right? You yes, they might say, well, older men, they're attractive, blah 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 blah. I don't really know nothing about that. I look at older men, a lot of older men are just overweight, but you can tell yourself whatever you want, right? But ultimately, it's not cheating the system. But what they are doing is they are undercutting you financially, knowing that you cannot compete financially. What they are thinking is that they have the advantage over you, whereas you have the advantage of time, which is really what his wife wants. She just wants to be desired again. She wants people to chase her down and call her and text her, find out how she's doing, and that kind of thing. Right? So effectively, what I'm saying is that this guy is using his advantage against you. And he's fighting a war away from home. So whatever damage and collateral damage that happens is going to happen in your home. What you need to do is move the war over to his land so that even if you lose, the collateral damage ends up with him, including the low self-esteem, right? But you have to understand you could be killing it in the gym and somebody could undercut you with money, right? So now here you are suffering low self-esteem, thinking that you need to work harder when all you did was make her an offer she couldn't refuse. He said 500, she said no. He said 1,000, she said no. He doubled it, went to 2,000. At 3,000, it became ridiculous. And these guys, they can go up to 10 grand, 20 grand, right? And if you're thinking, well, a few hundred shouldn't make a difference, well, how's 10 grand? Will that make a difference? Right? It's going to take you decades before you work up to that kind of money where you can splurge on 10 grand to impress a counterpart. But I promise you, a simple hello and a wink will do wonders for his wife. Wonders for why you out here trying to spend 10 grand impressing a counterpart. There's a woman there, all her bills are paid. She just wants your time. Because she doesn't need your money, all her bills are paid. There's no adventure for her anymore. You are the adventure. Go give her an adventure, man. Let this guy do this nonsense. Let him pay the bills while you get the adventure. And I promise you, it is gonna be the time of your life. There's not a single person who was with a married woman who doesn't regret it because of guilt, but man, they loved it. Man, there's not a single man who will tell you, man, I had a bad time with that married woman. I spent too much money. It was frustrating. She wasn't joyous. The conversation wasn't good. They won't tell you that. It was always good with me. All good from start to finish. From start to finish. You might be like, man, this is too good to be true. Yeah, it is. But not your bill to pay. So raise your self-esteem. Anxiety and depression might come next. Finding out that someone cheated can trigger a wave of emotions, anger, confusion, sadness, and a deep sense of loss. Yes. It's normal to feel like your world is upside down. These feelings can linger for a long time. And it's okay to acknowledge them. Bottling them up won't make them disappear. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Married men have been doing this for since the beginning of time. And what we have done is we have not acknowledged that they are married, but they are still, in fact, in the dating market, active, not just physically, not just emotionally, but financially, to the tune of billions and billions of dollars. And what they are saying is we want to continue to be active and compete with you with all the advantages, but all of our defenses are safe. You cannot come into my territory and attack me, but I can come into your territory and attack you. And we have kept these problems bottled up for generations. The issue of married men dating, but we cannot date married women, is something that is never discussed, and it's completely unfair. It's completely bolted up, and it does cause a lot of frustration because we see married men running amok. Divorced men, don't even get me started on divorced men. They have no limits. But we, the bachelors, we must have limit when it comes to dating women. I'm telling you, I feel no qualms about dating women, dating married women. I love dating married women. It's everything to me, man. Like, it's got the deceptive odds, it's cheap, she's hot, no responsibilities, she has no desire for a future, she's already been married, she doesn't want to do that again, right? Everything that you would want as a practitioner of the deceptive arts, as a vasectomite, as a bachelor, you will find it in the arms, the warm, loving, caring arms of a married woman. And you should pursue it without shame, because I assure you, my friend, her husband, he would do it to you. He would do it to you. You know, sometimes you think if he was single, maybe he'd do it. No, he'll do it to you while being married. He'll do it to you right now. No mercy, my friend. No mercy. And these husbands, these knee benders, no way, man. No way. If you think you can get away with it, go for a married woman. Take my advice. You won't regret it, even if it doesn't end well. Even if it ends and you guys go your separate way, you'll always remember that, man, that woman, she put it on me. I'm telling you. I'm sitting here thinking about the married women that I've been with, and I'm telling you, man, they put it down. Down, man. Like, just go watch that video of equestrian. That's what the experience is like, man. You know, it's like you can't tell if the horse is riding the rider or the rider is riding the horse. They are in it together. Over, under, up, down, left, right, turning, changing directions, going straight, going back, going across, above, below, in front, behind. It's all good. Top quality, and you deserve it. You deserve it. Trust me. Take my advice. Go date a married woman. You won't regret it. If you do, it's probably because the husband find out. Those guys will ruin every party, knowing that he's got a girlfriend of his own, but he's gonna come ruin your party. Terrible people, man, these husbands. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Infidelity can manifest as intrusive thoughts, flashbacks, heightened emotional reactivity, and avoidance of reminders related to the affair. Yeah, so it's like hearing a song that reminds you of that person, and it just upsets you, because they betrayed you, right? Now, what you want to do is every time, like if you go drop her off at home or something, like at 3 o'clock in the morning, you want to drop her off. You want to be playing the same song every time you drop her off. Every single time you drop her off. When that husband hears that song in the middle of the day, it's going to trigger him. Wait a minute. I heard that song when my wife came home at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I heard it again, and I heard it again. And then he's going to come home and ask her, hey, whose song is that? And she's going to tell him, nah, man, that's such and such a rapper. Not the rapper. Who's the guy that's always playing this song? I heard the song on the radio. He's going to sound crazy because he's having flashbacks, heightened emotional reactivity, that kind of thing. The traumatic impact of betrayal can lead to a prolonged state of distress, resembling the psychological responses seen in individuals who have undergone traumatic events. This underscores the severity of emotional turmoil caused by infidelity and the need for professional support to address these effects. This is what husbands do when they go cheating with other people's girlfriends. Brag about it, right? And then make a system talking about, we use money, we do this, right? This is what they caused in you. It is described as severity of emotional turmoil. Severity of emotional turmoil. That's what infidelity does. And married men have been causing this everywhere they go. Young men are complaining in today's dating market. The young men are saying, man, we don't know what's going on. We don't understand what's going on. And I can tell you, married men are coming out of marriage to go back into the dating market while still married and messing everything up. They are paying too much, they are taking too long, they are funding online things, and you are like, this doesn't make any sense. Where is all this money coming from? It's not from the single men. It is not from the single men. Because we want to pay for days and then be told that we're paying too little. Then who's paying? It's not another single, and they won't tell you who's paying. You know why? Because it's a married man. Who's got money to pay for trips to go on yachts? 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, 40-year-olds, all married men. I'm telling you the truth. You want to know what's going on in the dating market today. It's not monetization. It's not monetization. Monetization has always been there. What's happening now is the smartphone has allowed married men to be able to cheat without leaving their homes, and they are everywhere, inside of every DM. You think it's the single men sending all these DMs. It's not true. It's the married men. And what they've done is, because they've flooded one market, they've left the entire market of married women wide open. This is what has happened. This is the antithesis of all those married men coming out dating in the open market. Is that they've left they left a gap. They left a gap, and I'm telling you, I for one have exploited that gap and will continue to do so. But if you think about it, people say it's the money, it's the money. It's not the money. It's not the money. It's the fact that married men are out here with the money. You see, if all these people, if it was all divorced men, it wouldn't be as rife as it is. If it was all divorced men coming out doing these things, okay, but it's not. It's all the married men. And that's what's messing up the market. It's people that are off the market, still on the market, acting like they're not on the market, and then paying extra prices. Why would somebody pay 10,000 Rand for intimacy? Because they want it kept quiet. They don't want anyone to know that they were intimate with this person, but also they keep her on the payroll, right? So they can keep accessing, and it doesn't make sense for a single man, a divorced man with no wife, no kids, no responsibility, and nothing to lose. It doesn't make sense for this segment of the population to be paying $10,000 for intimacy, but it makes perfect sense for married men to do it. I mean, it's either 10 grand or you lose a $500,000 home. That 10 grand means nothing. It's a fraction of the cost. What he could stand to lose overall. Just think about this. And here you are, frustrated as hell. Why can't I get any action? While married men are telling you, no, stay away from my wife. But he's dating? No way, man. Your wife is part of the game now. And you made her part of the game. It's your responsibility to look after your marriage. You need to stop me from being with your wife. Good luck with that. That is your new task now. It is your task for married men to stop all these single guys from coming into your home. And we are coming. We are coming. While you are out there in the streets, I'm going to be sitting on your couch watching your TV in my underwear while your wife is making me something delicious to eat in lingerie. I swear to God on my life, this is what I will do. And it wouldn't be my first time. And I'll do it with no conscience. You could walk through the door. You could walk through the door and act a fool. And you're going to deal with the ancient one. And I'm going to tell you, listen, man, before you judge me or your wife for having an affair, let me see your phone. And if you say no, I don't want to hear nothing from you. I don't want to hear nothing further from anyone who won't let me see his phone. Because I know you got some single girls in there. I know you got single girls on your phone. I know you got DMs. It's not the single men sending out these messages, paying for these platforms. It's all married men. And they are taking advantage of the situation because single men have some type of idea that marriage is sanctified. How is marriage sanctified when the people that are married themselves don't maintain the sanctity? How is this a commitment when there are billions of dollars being spent on things that have nothing to do with commitment? Number 5, emotional roller coaster. This is what I'm on right now. It's normal to feel all kinds of emotions after being cheated on, and they might come in waves. You might feel angry one moment and incredibly sad the next. You might even feel guilt. No, we're not doing that. Wondering if there was something you could have done differently. A lot of young men feel this way. A lot of young men feel this way because you are being priced out, but you're being priced out by people who shouldn't be pricing you out. Again, if it was a divorced man playing this financial game, I would understand that. But it's all the married men. And there's no way that you're going to stop them. There's no way that you're going to stop these married men. You know what I mean? The only thing you could do is take advantage of the gap that they leave. And if you are so, I mean, this is what upsets me. If you are so serious about your wife, why are you cheating on her, man? With a single woman. I'm serious about this single woman. I'm not cheating on her, but here you are paying my girl for intimacy because you know I'm broke. And they go for the money first because they know you won't compete. They won't go for the looks because you're more handsome. They won't go for physique because you got a better body, right? Because you spend all day in the gym, they spend all day at work. So you're going to compete with a body, they're going to compete with money. And your girl is broken, so are you. You don't stand a chance. The man says 10 grand, she knows she can make. That's more than what she can make it work in a month. And he'll give it to her for a few days here and there, right? So you're really, it's like, if they were competing with you with muscles and mental health, it's one thing because they know you don't have the money. So they go to where they know you have no advantage and they flood you with disadvantage. And then here you are trying to play the same game that they are playing, but with muscles and mental health. Effectively, what they're doing is they're spending 10 grand a pop while you're trying to tell jokes. I mean, you better have some funny jokes. And the truth is, no matter how good your jokes are, they won't land against 10 grand. Take your jokes and tell his wife a joke and see what happens. Tell his wife that same joke that your girl wouldn't listen to because you wouldn't give her 10 grand. Go tell his wife that joke. Oh, she's going to love it. She hasn't had anybody tell her a joke in years. It's not even about the joke is funny. It's the fact that you would make the effort to amuse her. Nobody's made that effort in years, and she will reciprocate. Oh, she will reciprocate. You know what I mean? You'll feel yourself coming back, man. You'll be like, I was feeling some PTSD, some anxiety, some low self-esteem, and I was on an emotional roller coaster. But now that I'm with this married woman, man, this is why young men who date married women want to get married. They're like, is it really like, it's this good? I want to get married. No. It's only good because you're not married to her. If you were, you'd also be paying for only plans. Yeah, that's for sure. And we are already on the last screen. Number 6, difficulty in forming attachments. The aftermath of infidelity can influence how individuals approach future relationships. I think I should read slower. Fear of being hurt again might lead to a reluctance to open up or form deep emotional connections. Experiencing or witnessing cheating can create a lasting impression that people are not fully that people are not to be fully trusted, impacting future relationships and interactions. This can result in a guarded and cynical outlook where the belief is genuine, faithful connections become where the belief in genuine, faithful connections becomes challenging. Yes, this can happen if you are a victim of infidelity. Um, as a narcissist, having really struggled with relationships my whole life, forming attachments is something that I really don't do very easily. But I find that other people are able to form attachments with me relatively easy. Even children, to a surprising effect. I'll be completely awkward around children and they will be so happy around my awkwardness. Just being themselves. And I will not be able to readily recognize their playfulness and whatnot. And it's interesting how easily children form attachments, like with their friends and that kind of thing. Even with adults, like a child will stand in the adults, presence, and then just start playing. Just be like, okay, I'm done talking now. I'm gonna go and play. And that time that they've spent with you, they were able to either form or unform some type of an opinion that either creates or doesn't create an attachment. It's a fantastic thing. Whereas I'm just like, all of you, leave me alone. And then I'm happy. You ever seen those kids that are happy just playing by themselves, and then when other kids come to play with them, they start crying? I was one of those. So it wasn't like, oh, and I hated sharing. That was one thing that made me know that I'm not one for people. I hate sharing, man. You know? And that's what upsets me. Like these married men, like you just don't understand how some people hate sharing. And then to find out that you paid my girl to share, I'm telling you, I'm going straight for your wife. And I won't even be vengeful about it. No, no, no. No. I want to find out what it is about her that you love. And I want to love the same thing. And then it's equestrian. Off to the horses. Off to the races, as they say. On horseback. The aftermath of infidelity can influence how individuals approach future relationships. I think I just read this. I'm going to read it again. The aftermath of infidelity can influence how individuals approach future relationships. The fear of being hurt again might lead to a reluctance to open up or form deep emotional connections. Yeah, I read it again. That's why I'm reading it much faster. It's always more difficult the first time. Experiencing or witnessing cheating can create a lasting impression that people are not to be fully trusted, impacting future relationships and interactions. This can result in a guarded, cynical outlook where the belief in genuine, faithful connections become challenging to maintain. Let's continue with confidence. Number 7, impact on future relationships. Even if the betrayed partner eventually enters a new relationship, the scars of infidelity can continue to affect their behavior and emotional responses. Indeed, it does. One of the issues is that your girlfriend will form an emotional connection with a married man and then return to you scarred. And this is what a lot of young men are just not getting. They're like, why are these young women so broken? Why are they all healing from something? Who is doing the damage? And married men will tell you, oh, it's the young guys, it's the thugs, it's the gangster wannabe, it's the wannabe rappers, it's the producers, right? It's the Gen Z guys. The Gen Z guys aren't able to get dates. So how are they even able to do the damage that women need to heal from? And young women are not telling you this. They are dating married men. That's why you don't know when they're talking about I dated a rich guy. If she dated a millionaire, she's dating a 50-year-old. If he's a 50-year-old, he's a married man or divorced. Think about what I'm telling you. They are associating, and they all say this. They'll say it's the young guys, it's the thugs, it's the bad boys. The bad boys are hurting all the girls. It's not the bad boys. The bad boys are only bad boys because they don't have the money. So they're doing what you're doing. You're trying to get money and muscles and clout. So here's the difference between you and the bad boy. You get the money, you get the muscles. Sorry, you get the muscles, you get the mental health. You don't have the money yet. The older guy's got the money. You get the muscles, you get the mental health. And then you tell jokes. He gets the money, he gets his mental health, and what he supplies is illicit substances. That's the difference. But both of you are stone broke. And both of you are being undone by some overweight, middle-aged, balding man with crooked teeth and a pot belly who has money to blow. And both of you are blaming each other. Oh, it's the bad guys ruining the girls. Oh, it's the simps ruining the girls. You look at the simp, you look at the bad guy, and they look exactly the same. And they do the same thing. They buying gifts for these women. You're buying one type of gifts. He's buying another type of gifts. And both of you don't get it. You're like, who is the Phantom Menace? It's not the Sims. It's not the bad guys. Who is it? Who is the Phantom Menace? And as the Phantom Menace myself, I'm telling you, the problem is married men. It's not about monetization. People are saying, well, it's monetization. It's the men with the money. No. There are single men with money. I'm a single man with money. And let me tell you something. There is absolutely no way I would spend money to see a woman naked on the internet when I could see a woman naked on the internet for free. Just think about that. Why would I spend money to see a nude woman on the internet when I can see a nude woman on the internet for free? Why would I pay 10,000 to be intimate with a woman when I could be intimate with a woman for a joke or some dreadlocks? There isn't a reason. The only reason you would pay that type of money is because you're a married man with a lot to lose. You can lose your career, you can lose your house, you can lose your children, you can lose your pension, you can lose your marriage, you can lose half your income, you can lose everything. $10,000, 10,000, whatever your local currency is absolutely nothing. But for a single guy to pay billions of dollars to see some girl fry egg in an apron don't make no sense. But for a married man to do it, perfect sense. Perfect sense. You put those numbers up against married men. Look, he's already paid $100,000 for the wedding alone. What's 10,000? What's 10,000? But for a single guy, even if you have like $1 million for a single guy, to spend 10 grand as a single guy? No way, man. No way. And what these married men will do is they will say, nah, you single guys are cheap. You don't want to pay for dates. You don't want to pay for meals. You don't want to pay for all these things. And it's like, it doesn't make sense. Why would I want to pay for that? What benefit do I get giving thousands of dollars away to a woman for intimacy? Knowing that she's already with another man. And that's the thing. They know she's with another man, but they pay her anyway. What sense does that make? And don't tell me that I'm poor, I'm broke. I'm not poor, I'm not broke. I'm an experienced, qualified, educated, well-traveled professional at the peak of his goddamn career. But I wouldn't pay 10,000 anything, not 10,000 baht, not 10,000 ringgit, not 10,000 reals, not 10,000 kwachas, not 10,000 Zim dollars, not 10,000 nairas, nothing for an intimate moment with a woman. It doesn't make any sense. Except if you're married and you know I either pay 10 grand up front or I pay 500,000 on the other side, on the business end of the marriage. 10 grand, no problem. This is what's happening in the game. You want to know what's happening with relationships? What's happening is that single women have smartphones and married men have smartphones. That's what's happening. And single men feel like they have no right to encroach on married women. And you are absolutely wrong. It's a free for all. It's a free for all market. And if you're wondering as a young man, how do you balance out this dating market where men are paying tens of thousands of dollars? Date their wives. Plain and simple. Date his wife. She'll be with you for free. Easy. Easy. You get exactly. In fact, you'll probably get a better experience with the wife. I'm not saying go date some 50, 60-year-old woman, but some of these women in their 30s are still looking good. Well, maybe, not too far up the 30s, maybe not too far in the 40s, but in and around the 30s, you'll get some good experiences, I'm telling you. You'll get pretty much the same wonderful experience. Don't be shy, man. Go ahead, date a married woman. I know they'll appreciate it. They'll be down. I promise you. If she's married, she is down. Not only because she hates her husband, but because he's a cheating, backstabbing, two-faced knee bender who spent 10 grand on a woman that isn't worth nothing. And he's spending 10 grand, and we're all like, 10 grand? That don't make no sense. Yeah, it does. He's married. Let's conclude. It might lead to a fear of commitment or heightened vigilance for signs of potential betrayal. Individuals who have experienced infidelity might struggle with issues related to trust, intimacy, and commitment in new relationships. The fear of being hurt again can hinder their ability to fully engage and open up emotionally. This is true. My suggestion is to you, and now that we are at the end of the edification and at the end of the video, open your mind. Open your mind to the reality. Do the numbers, man. Do the numbers. These numbers are not adding up. And I'm an older statesman, and I got this money, man. I got the money to travel. I can pay for dates. And I thought about it, and I was like, I'm not gonna comment on the dating scenario, the economics at least, until I know what I'm saying. And I'm telling you, the problem as usual can be traced all the way back to married men. You want to know why your girl is acting weird while she wants six figures in the bank? It's because she's dating men with 6 figures in the bank, and those men are all older men, and they are married, and they are paying a tremendous tax. They are paying a tremendous fee for silence. That's what they're paying for. They're paying these young girls to keep their mouth shut so that they don't lose everything else. But in the meantime, the whole market is getting screwed. Everybody else is losing. We are all confused. We are all confused as to who's paying all this money, right? First, we're all like, why are people paying? It doesn't make sense. Then you look at all the single men. None of them are paying. None of the single men are paying. But somebody's paying. So who's paying? It's all the married men. It's not the divorced men. The divorced men are participating the way that they participate, but most divorced men don't go that route. They usually go the route of some girlfriends and that kind of thing, right? They'll date for a while and then break up and date for a while. But the ones that are paying these exorbitant fees, these are the married men who want to keep their secrets secret, right? They're paying for exclusivity and they're paying for secrecy. But what they don't realize is that while they flooded the market here, they've created a tremendous gap with a huge advantage. Because on the one hand, you're paying 10 grand for a woman who's not going to be faithful to us, so we'll leave her to you. She doesn't want us anyway. She wants 6 figures in the bank, right? So she obviously wants older women. There are older women there, maybe not too old, but old enough to have had that man's security. And they don't want none of your money. Man, and they smell good and they look good and they will give you, I'm telling you, the time of your life. And I hardly ever, you will never hear another video from me giving a counterpart credit for any damn thing. But these married women, man, when they put it on you, man, when they put it on you, they lay it down quite flat. You know what I'm telling you? Paper thin, man. They iron it paper thin. And you are like, you touch it, you get a paper cut. You're like, wow. She really did something here, man. She put her back into it. That elbow grease, man. Elbow grease. I can't even tell you. You know what? You need to experience it for yourself. Go ahead and go and date a married woman. Take my advice as the ancient one. Go find yourself a married woman. Don't worry about no guilt. Her husband is paying 10 grand for only plans anyway. Right? 10 grand for only plans anyway. His priorities are all screwed. And if he tries to threaten you with violence or anything, just whip him. Just whip him, man. Just show him you're old, you're tired. You're not gonna do nothing. You're not gonna do nothing, old man. You haven't even stretched. You haven't even stretched. You're gonna suddenly jump into an attack against a guy in his 20s, in his early 30s. Man, these guys in their early 30s, they are nothing but a block of muscle. You're gonna go take on that guy just for a wife who was cheating on you anyway and is gonna cheat on you again anyway. And he knows that, right? But that's why he's paying 10 grand over here on the side. He just doesn't want to have to pay bills on this side, pay 10 grand on that side, and then be cheated on by the girl he's paying 10 grand on, and then be cheated on by his wife, who he's paying bills for. That's what you get as a knee bender. And that's why the market is so screwed. Because the knee benders are paying bills on the one side and then they're paying 10 grand on dates on the other side. And there's young men just like, this doesn't make no sense. Where is the problem coming from? And as soon as I heard the young man saying, I don't get it, I got it. I was like, this is the work of the Phantom Menace. Where you know something ain't right, but you just can't point to it. Things don't just happen. People make them happen. The dating market, it did not just arrive like this. Somebody created this environment, and it was married men, and they did it for the purpose of secrecy. To keep their secrets, and they are willing to pay anything. They'll outbid you. They already have. They just don't want to get sued by the girl on this side and then get sued by their wife in divorce and child support court and alimony court. I'm telling you that. That's the whole game. And if you're wondering where's the game for you, go date a married woman. Don't feel no guilt. Don't feel no guilt. Anybody wants to say anything, bring them to this video. And let's explain the fact that married men are paying 10 grand a pop to keep their secrets, right? And then calling us cheap for not wanting to pay that same amount of money. Now, we're the cheap ones because we don't want to do stupidity, but then we're not also allowed to date your wife, but you can date all of our girlfriends and outbid us. So we just have to let you have all the advantages while we sit there on our hands with no advantages of our own. You must be out of your goddamn mind. The next time you look on your wife's phone, look for the name, The Ancient One. You'll find me in there. You will find me in the DMs, in the photos. You got me in the videos. I'm the one shooting videos of her. She's shooting videos of me. doing equestrian, horse riding, over one obstacle and another obstacle, over one bar and two bars. You can have that equestrian life, man. It's not just for the rich and famous, it's for every man who wants it. This is the end of the video, and I suggest you go find yourself a married woman. Thank you again for your time, your attention, your patience. I appreciate it. Please, if you've enjoyed this content, please like the video to support the channel. Also, please share it with somebody who you know wants to date a married woman, who you know needs that married woman love in his life. We all need a little bit of married women in our lives. Man, go get yourself a married woman. You are not going to regret it. The only other thing that I have given this much time and credit to is a vasectomy. It's a vasectomy. I make videos every day about vasectomies and I speak passionately about this. And I'm telling you, if you want the intimate time of your life, I'm saying intimacy with a capital I and me in the middle. With a capital I and me in the middle, you get yourself a married woman, man. She will fry your bacon. She will launch your rocket. She will sail your boat into the horizon. I'm running out of metaphors. This is the Ancient One, the Bachelor Supreme, wishing you a lovely day. And I'm going to tell you one more time, freeze your sperm, get a vasectomy. Protect yourself, protect your seed, and protect your solitude. And go get yourself a nice